Dropbox was a Roblox game announced around the hype of Fall Guys. There was a controversy over the whole thing, of course, but I was really looking forward to it. This looked to be a high quality game and not just a rushed game printed out to make money. Cough cough slip blocks. So I waited, receiving teasers once in a while, and we finally got the announcement of that it would come out in December. And later even the release date. So when I finally played it, I'm just gonna tell you that this game was incredible. Dropbox is such a creative game with so many creative characters, stages, and themes. It expanded Fall Guys into an adventure. I have played this game a lot since it released, and I feel like I've gathered my thoughts on the current 12 minigames. So in this video, I'll go through the order of where I would rank all these minigames. I'm also informing you that I enjoy and like all the minigames. This is just a list for the weakest to the best. Also, new minigames will come out in Dropbox's life, so I'll tell you the updated rankings when new minigames come out in the description. Now let's begin. Out of all these minigames, Cannonballs is my least favorite. I think it's a fun concept, but not much really was done with it. I guess the background of the map is amazing, but every background is that. My problem with the minigame is that it's very hard to keep track of the cannonball since there are 4 islands and only 3 fit in the frame. I still kinda like the fact that you can just ignore all the cannonballs coming at you and only focus on pushing people off the islands, which is also a good strategy. I also don't really like the design of the main island you're standing on because it's very bland. The difficulty also luckily gets harder the longer the game goes on. This game is interesting enough and an okay elimination game, but I just wish this game was more since it's very bland. Pathfinder is another mid-game elimination minigame that is the only team game in the game. If you saw, I don't know, this video, you will understand what I'm about to say. I don't like team minigames at all. In these games, it doesn't really depend on your skills to win, but it depends on your teammates' skills. The goal is to get to the other side with your team helping you, which I think is a huge improvement upon the concept in Fall Guys. Since in Fall Guys, the other players are just waiting for you to step on the platform, but in this minigame, you're actually working together. I don't really think the minigame is hard. I can easily find my way through the map, but the only problem I have is my teammates who constantly push me off. This is definitely a good concept, and adding teams to Tiptoes is conceptually sound. It's good, but the fact that it's a team minigame brings it down. Spitting Doom is definitely the best of the mid-game elimination rounds, which are all not that good on their own, but this gets a pass. I like the concept of having to constantly jump over spinners that move. The platform also disappears over time, which is a good idea for when the game goes on too long. My strategy is mostly just to run towards the spinners, making it not very challenging for me. The other players also make annoying obstacles. When it comes to the mid-round game, I mostly just want to play this mid-game out of this underwhelming trio. Hexagon Dance is based on the Hexagon minigame from Fall Guys, which I gotta be honest, I don't really like, and clunkier controls makes it really hard to turn around. Also, diving in this game is kinda bogus. Jumping over 2 space gaps is really dangerous. Also, I'm terrible at these games, making it so that I almost never win. I like these types of games, but I wish something more original for the finale game like the other 2 we have. I think this is a good game, just one I don't tend to enjoy. Out of all the qualification maps in the start, Jungle is my least favorite. First of all, heck yes, this map is beautiful, but it has many bland elements sprinkled in it. First is the seesaw section, which is alright, where it also has some spinning walls, which are not at all difficult to dodge. Secondly is the ball rolling section, which is just a gumball section from Candyland, but way too easy, because the timing isn't hard to pull off at all. After that is the banana section, which does literally nothing, and finally is the hammer part with a big drop to the finish line. The reason it's the lowest of the qualification minigames is because it's really short. Some sections of the stage are really easy and not really interesting because of them already being in other courses. The hammer section at the end is also both really hard and really easy. I still also sort of wish the seesaw section was bigger, but I still had a good time with this map, but I have more fun with others. Atlantis Ascent is a map I think has a good concept, but is a bit repetitive in the start. First part of the map, we have a huge section with spinners and moving platforms. Nearly half of the map is this section. This part is difficult, but it's pretty good. After that is the moving platform going through obstacles. You bounce on the obstacles, making it so that it's not extremely easy, but I wouldn't call it difficult to just jump over them. Next is the hammer section, which is exactly like the other hammer sections in the entire game. And lastly is a section with rotating platforms, which are really fun. The stage feels really repetitive overall. It does have many different sections, but those sections don't really do that much since they themselves are really repetitive. I still enjoy this map, and I do really like the design. Egypt is one of the most diverse courses in the entire game. It has a lot of different sections with different themes. The first one is a tiny hammer spinning section, which is simple enough to dodge. After that is something I don't really know how to explain. Then we have cheese going into the air, crackers that move, clapping hands, spinning platforms, normal spinners, spinning platforms again, clapping hands, ascending walls, and finally a double spinner platform that moves. This map has an extremely large number of unique sections, even though the last half is a bit repetitive. This map looks good, but I think it's eerily similar to Canyon. I really like the sections in the map, but they're sometimes challenging, but still fun. Speaking of Canyon, out of all the maps, Canyon is probably the most adventurous, all the way from the map design and the music. All the sections are fun and well designed. The cactuses are easy to dodge but fit the map, the rotating windmills require good timing, the seesaws are a big improvement upon the use in the jungle, the ascending platforms are good but really easy to time. The bridges aren't really hard to conquer, and the last section has the boots, which are a really fun addition. This map is like you're going on an actual adventure. It's really exciting when I play it and I enjoy it a lot. I think the map is really well built because of all the sections having good placement and orders. I have a lot of fun when I revisit this minigame. King's Castle is a very fun map with many different exciting obstacles. This map has so many good concepts I have so much fun with. It starts with spinning platforms which lead to spikes who give knockback. We also have normal spinners and spinning cylinders with a dragon in the middle who I wish they actually did something with. And we have the big hammers who are basically the normal hammers, but with the most creative use of the hammer obstacles. We also have the cannonball section which fits the castle well, and the stage ends off with some spinners. I really enjoyed the map, and going through the different parts of the map was really fun and exciting. Starcoat City, in my opinion, is the most well-designed map in the entire game. I just love the concept of a city with billboards plastered everywhere, which fits Roblox so well. Since this is a finale game, you have to rush to the finish and not make a single mistake, since that can cost you the win. This map is all about different hard and time-consuming obstacles. There are a lot of obstacles like the spinning hammers, tubes that stretch, seesaws, spinning platforms, rotating fast, and my favorite, ball where you have to hide behind a wall. This is just a really fun finale to end the game with, which I have a lot of fun with. Out of all the qualification games, Candyland is the most fun to me. It's pretty long, but the entire map is filled with fun sections and fun obstacles. We have things like the hammers, ice cream sandwiches, gumballs, boxing gloves, more candy, and so much more. It's so extremely fun and all the sections are so good. When the first round of Drop Blocks is about to be decided, I always want to play this one. But even though Candyland has all this, it's not as conceptually sound as number 1. In my opinion, Final Boss Ring is the most creative minigame in the entire game. It's a survival game where you have to dodge the boss's attacks and survive. The attacks range from require timing but pretty simple to, oh my gosh, he's literally chasing me, what am I supposed to do here, well how do I survive? He can punch a straight line of rocks, summon spikes, and target one singular person and smash into the ground. This is a survival game which can be annoying, but I just love it and the concept. I love these creative games, so I hope they make more like it in the future of this game. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please consider leaving a comment where you tell me your favorite minigames and what you think about the game in general. I've had so much fun with this game ever since it launched. I'm excited to see what it brings in the future. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.